Questions 17 to 20 are based on the data given in the following graph. So in order to solve question 17 to 20, we need to first understand what kind of data is given over here and how should we read it. Okay. So it says that the corporate support for arts by sector for 2 years, 1988 and 1991. Basically, we have 6 different sectors: financial sector, services, manufacturing, retail, wholesale, and other sectors combined together. So we have information for these 6 sectors, and that information is what is the percentage contribution of those sectors for 2 different years, 1988 and 1991. That is, for example, financial services contributed 5% towards the total contribution for arts in 1988, and it contributed 26% towards the total contribution of arts in the year 1991. Now the total contribution received for arts from all the sectors combined is $630 million, and in 1991 it decreased and is $520 million. Now since we have studied the graph, we can jump towards question 17. Now question 17 says that the 2 corporate sectors that increased their support for arts in 1988 and to 1991 made a total contribution in 1991 of approximately how many million dollars. So first we need to find out what are the 2 sectors that increased their contribution from 1988 to 1991, and then we need to calculate the dollar value of that increased contribution. So if we go back to the graph, we see that only 2 sectors have increased their contribution from 1988 to 1991. The first sector that increased the contribution is financial sector, so it went from 5% to 26%. And the second is services sector, it went from 17 to 22%. However, if we look at the other 4 sectors, we see a decrease in the contribution from one year to another. So in 1991, financial sector contributed 26%, and the services sector contributed to 22%. Combined, they contributed to 48% in 1991. Now, this is the percentage contribution, which is to say that 48% is contributed by the first 2 sectors. However, we need the dollar contribution. So to get the dollar contribution, we need to find out what is the amount of contribution in 1991 from these 2 sectors. So for that, we will find the 48% of the total contribution received for all the sectors for arts in 1991, which is $520 million. This will be calculated using simple mathematics. So 0.48 multiplied by 520. If you use your on-screen calculator, you can easily find out the value as $249.6 million. Now to nearest 10 million, so we can round it off and say that this is equal to 250 million. Hence 250 million is the answer.